European producer, was full of admiration for Jeff Joe's energy and creativity, with early songs such as Sukuyan. The refrain of Pas danser avec Coco Sac was the love way across the French-influenced Caribbean. Then there was the grand classics, Musique du Do, Mi Débat, Ou Pas Bon, Parole en Bouche, to name a few. Did you know that it was Jeff who merged many traditional Caribbean musical styles to create a variety of rhythms that others adopted and to which they added their own beats? His music backed up French Creole lyrics that reflected the life and realities of Caribbean ghetto experience. Our focus today on Did You Know? Just a bit of info on Jeff Joe, Jeff Joseph, and Gramax. Did You Know made possible compliments of the good folks of Quartz Dominica Limited. Up next, we'll bring you the DBS Major Morning News.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: 6 men who appeared before the High Court yesterday on murder charges have all pleaded not guilty as the High Court reopened yesterday. Other news this morning: Opposition Senator Delbert Paris has confirmed his resignation as Deputy Leader of the United Workers' Party. And Chairman of CARICOM and Prime Minister Mia Mottley has congratulated leader of the UNC in Trinidad, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, on her success at the polls. Details of the morning news right after this.
Not only does it make your white the cleanest and brightest, the benefits of using Clean and White bleach are endless. The sterilizing property of Clean and White bleach is beneficial for several household purposes. Clean and White bleach has the ability to remove mold and mildew from hard surfaces, serve as a disinfectant for household items like your kitchen and bathroom area, and even your baby's toys. Clean and White bleach is available in various sizes at Fine Food. Call 617-6342 or order on Click and Collect your Clean and White bleach today. Clean and White bleach available at Fine Foods and sold island-wide.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. My name is Curtis Matthew. The news this morning is brought to listeners through the kind compliments of HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited, Fine Foods Inc., and Petro Caribe. 6 men who appeared before the High Court on murder charges yesterday have all pleaded not guilty to the indictments filed by the Director of Public Prosecutions. On Tuesday, the High Court reopened with 10 matters listed for arraignment. More in this report from Ronaldo Luke.
The first murder accused, Kurt Charles, pleaded not guilty to the murder of Eddie James, which is said to have occurred on October 20th, 2017 at Silver Lake. Charles is scheduled to return to court on May 1st for case management. Another murder accused, Steve Emmanuel Paul Olive of the Kalinago territory, who resided at Lubia, pleaded not guilty to the murder of 31-year-old Valdo Rosa Laville of Marigot, who also resided in Lubia, on January 4, 2017. Olive, who is represented by attorneys Joshua Francis and Peter Allen, was further remanded into custody and will return to court on May 2nd for case management. Meanwhile, two brothers from the community of Petit Savan were granted continuation of their bail in the sum of $50,000 each, following their not guilty pleas to the murder of Stockley Antoine of the same community. It is alleged that on September 26, 2021, at Ravenshall Petit Savan, Chassery Thomas and Gary Thomas inflicted stab wounds on the 41-year-old, resulting in his death. Justice Colin Williams granted the continuation of their bail with 5 conditions attached. They are scheduled to return to court on May 1st for case management. Also pleading not guilty to an indictment of murder was 37-year-old Venezuelan national Romero Alberto Vargas, who is accused of killing Kent George. Police reports indicated that George died of a gunshot wound sustained on February 16, 2020 at Stable Street, Portersville. Following his not guilty plea, Vargas was further remanded into custody at the Dominica State Prison and is scheduled to return to the High Court on May 2nd for case management. The final not guilty plea for murder came from Norman Ronald, who is accused of killing a Haitian national on December 31, 2018. Police reports at the time stated that the accused inflicted a fatal stab wound on Meliane Dijon and further wounded 3 other women near the Roseau Market. Ronald, who is represented by the Legal Aid Clinic, will return to court on May 1st, 2025. Among the 11 defendants who appeared before the High Court for arraignment, Jason Warrington was the only one to enter a guilty plea. He was indicted for the burglary of a dwelling home in Caneville East on May 17, 2018. Warrington is expected to return to court on Wednesday for sentencing. Meanwhile, the arraignment of 2 other men who were indicted for theft and shooting with intent to cause grievous bodily harm has been deferred to a later date. Also on the court's list was one sexual matter in which the accused man pleaded not guilty. Ronaldo Luke reporting for DBS News.
Thank you very much, Ronaldo Luke, for your comprehensive report from the court. Other news this morning. Opposition Senator Delbert Paris has confirmed his resignation as deputy leader of the United Workers' Party, the UWP. Mr. Paris was elected deputy leader of the UWP in December 2024.
As of April 28, 2025, I've officially resigned from the position of Deputy Political Leader of the United Workers' Party. This decision follows careful consideration of recent events and the existing leadership environment within the party. While my commitment to the party's founding principles and the vision for our nation remains unwavering, I find myself unable to effectively carry out the responsibilities of Deputy Political Leader due to several unfortunate developments. Of particular concern has been the public misrepresentation of my parliamentary vote on the Registration of Electors Act on March 19, 2025. A misunderstanding which led to the belief that I voted for legislation that the party was protesting against is unfortunate. I voted for provisions that the United Workers' Party and others have asked to be included in the Registration of Electors Bill, such as the introduction of voter ID cards, the confirmation of registration in Dominica and not overseas, and improved provisions for the cleaning of the voters list. However, I did not support the House of Assembly Elections Act, as it failed to include key accountability measures we have consistently advocated for, like access to all media, campaign finance regulation, protections against the abuse of state resources by the ruling party, and the bribery of overseas voters. Despite the deliberate attempts to misrepresent the truth and to make me a target of negative public opinion, I remain firmly committed to the ideals of good governance, free and fair elections, and the active engagement of all citizens, particularly the youth, the diaspora, and our most vulnerable groups in the democratic process. My actions have always been and will continue to be guided by principle, integrity, and an unwavering belief in the potential of our people. To the many rank and file supporters, our young people, and especially the members of the Margaret constituency who place their trust in me, I offer my sincere thanks. Your drive for change, innovation, and a bright future has been my greatest motivation. My service to Dominica does not end here. In fact, it enters a new and promising chapter. I remain committed to the ideals of national development, public advocacy, and empowering the next generation of Dominican leaders. The future of Dominica is bright, and with commitment, courage, and unity, I believe we can build a nation where every voice is heard and leadership is defined by integrity, service, and the upliftment of our people. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the Commonwealth of Dominica. Thank you.
And that's the outgoing deputy leader of the United Workers' Party, UWP, Delbert Paris. The Dominica Reparations Committee has joined the global community to observe today as a day of solidarity with Ibrahim Traore, the leader of Burkina Faso, a country in South Africa. Dr. Damian Dublin is the chairman of the Dominica Reparations Committee.
He proudly joins the global community in observing April 30th, 2025 as a day of solidarity with Ibrahim Traore, the esteemed leader of Burkina Faso, and his resilient homeland. President Traore has emerged as a beacon of hope and transformation for Africa, demonstrating unparalleled courage and vision in the face of adversity. Since assuming leadership in September 2022, he has spearheaded groundbreaking initiatives that have redefined Burkina Faso's trajectory and inspired Africa, the third world, and the global community. Among his many achievements, President Traore has championed the reclamation of national sovereignty by expelling foreign influences, elevating indigenous languages, and nationalizing gold mines to ensure the wealth of Burkina Faso benefits its people. His commitment to education, technology, job creation, agriculture, infrastructure development, and economic empowerment has laid the foundation for a self-reliant and thriving nation. These accomplishments have been fraught with many challenges. He has survived in excess of 19 assassination attempts. The Dominica Reparations Committee recognizes President Traore as a symbol of defiance, dignity, resistance, and progressive revolution, African sovereignty, and irreversible African renaissance. His unwavering and unrepentant dedication to his nation and his people serves as an inspiration to all who strive for justice, reparation, equality, and self-determination. On this day of solidarity, we call upon the people of Dominica, the government, civil society organizations, youth groups, student councils, national youth councils, and the communities across the Caribbean to actively participate in commemorating President Traore's achievement and struggle.
And that's the chairman of the Dominica Reparations Committee, Dr. Damian Dublin. The second semi-final of the DBS Radio Felix Henderson National Reading Contest goes to Goodwill Parish Hall at 2:30 this afternoon. The competing schools are W.S. Stevens, Campbell, Colliho, St. John's Primary, Monjon, Sinico Primary, Newton, Pitt Savan, and Ebenezer Primary. On Tuesday, the first semi-final was held with 10 participating schools.
In 10th position with 351 points comes from the Salisbury Primary School, Felicia Uzeb. In 9th position with 367 points from the 7 Pi Primary, Adele Baron. In 8th position with 369 points from the Convent Prep, Sakina Prosper. In the 7th position, 371 points from the Grand Bay Primary School, Julian Gregoire. In 6th position from the Berean Christian Academy, Jade Walsh. In 5th position from the Sansevier Primary School, Imani Privo. In 4th position with 401 points from the Roosevelt Douglas Primary School, Amelia Debon. In 3rd position with 407 points from the St. Luke's Primary School, Ades John Baptist. In 2nd position with 416 points from the Lighthouse Christian Academy, Kaylee Paris. And top reader for this afternoon with 440 points from the Benz Primary School, Amelia Roll.
And that's the host of yesterday's reading competition, Milia Joseph Dennis. The semi-finals of the reading competition will continue today at 2:30 at the Goodwill Parish Hall. You don't want to miss the DBS Felix Henderson National Reading Contest. And Creole Heartbeat, the renowned radio show dedicated to celebrating Caribbean culture and heritage, has announced an exciting new series of podcast webinars starting today at 11 o'clock this morning on DBS Radio. It is hosted by Ambassador Leroy Waddix Charles and facilitated by Kadas music icon Gordon Henderson and offers invaluable insights. The series aims to foster a deeper understanding of the rich, complex history of calypso music in the Caribbean. The inaugural webinar will challenge common narratives and address often overlooked aspects of calypso history. Discussions will include the Creole language origins, the revolutionary movements of the 70s, and the evolution of musical genres such as soca and calypso. Listeners are invited to take part in this engaging series that promise to shed light on the true history of Caribbean music. 11 o'clock this morning on DBS Radio. You don't want to miss that new series. Well, let's head into news from the region now. Chairman of CARICOM and Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, has congratulated the leader of the UNC in Trinidad, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, on her success at the polls this week. This is Bissessor's second term as Prime Minister since her first term from 2010 to 2015. Her UNC was dominant in the polls, winning 26 seats to 13 by the ruling PNM. Motley issued wishes to Bissessar and Trinidad on the execution of a peaceful general elections. Motley said, "Today, as Barbados celebrates National Heroes Day, the birthday of the Right Excellence Grantley Adams, and the 75th anniversary of universal adult suffrage, they are reminded of the enduring gift of democracy." She said, "It is therefore a pleasure on behalf of the government and people of Barbados and as CARICOM chair to extend warm congratulations to the Prime Minister-designate on the UNC success." U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio also issued well wishes yesterday, saying that Bissessar shares common vision with President Trump on security and immigration. We've gone past 13 minutes, in fact 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's news. The sports report comes up shortly.
Give babies the comfort they need with paddless diapers. A diaper with a powerful storage core that locks the wetness away and keep your baby dry. Soothe your baby's skin with a breathable cotton-like cover because Paddless Diapers has a wetness indicator. Your precious baby deserves a diaper like Paddlers, which has an easy fit due to flexible side panels with stretch that ensures increased comfort and freedom to move, to crawl, to walk, to run and play. Paddlers, distributed by Fine Foods and sold island-wide.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Just Mobank me. Here's my ID.
Just Mobank me. It's that easy.
The faster, easier way to bank. NBD makes it easy to bank online, anywhere, at any time with Mobanking. The faster, easier way to bank.
The faster, easier way.
So transfer funds on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
To pay your bills with Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
So order checks on Mobanking.
The faster, easier
Pay employees on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way to bank.
Plus, you can now top up your phone on Mobanking. No need for cash or card. Simply log into Mobanking to top up your phone. Visit nbdominica.com or follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more details.
The faster, easier way to bank.
NBD.
Your partner, your bank.
First off this morning, in the morning sports report, the president of the Dominica Olympic Committee, Billy Doctrove, says he feels honored and humbled to be selected to the Pan Am Sports Ethics and Good Governance Commission. The main objectives of the commission to ensure good governance and Olympic values of all members of Pan Am Sports and to guarantee these factors in all events and activities of that organization. The 7-member commission includes members from Canada, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Brazil, and Guyana. Doctrove says his appointment highlights the good work of the Dominica Olympic Committee.
Pan Am Sports is a very important and prestigious organization within the Olympic movement. They are the governing body of Olympic committees of the Americas, from North America, Central America, the Caribbean, and South America. So to have been appointed to the Ethics and Good Governance Commission is a feather in our cap of the Dominica Olympic Committee. And according to the president of Pan Am Sports, Mr. Illick, he said, I have been appointed because they have been very satisfied with in the manner in which we have conducted the affairs of the Dominica Olympic Committee from since we took up office. So the appointment has been made. It is true that I have been appointed, but the appointment is not only of my functioning, of my performance. It is the performance of the entire executive and the general body of the Dominica Olympic Committee, and I really want to thank the executive for the support and cooperation that they have given to me since I took up the presidency.
A member of the Pan Am Sports Ethics and Good Governance Commission, Billy Doctrove. Doctrove outlined some of the responsibilities of the commission.
The responsibility of the Ethics and Good Governance Commission is to ensure good governance and Olympic values of all members of Pan Am Sports, and above all, to guarantee these factors in all events of the organization. We in the Dominica Olympic Committee, we have always stressed the importance of responsible management, good governance, and financial responsibility. And that is where Pan Am Sports have been very, very satisfied with our operations. So I hope to be able to make a contribution in the smooth running of the Ethics and Good Governance Commission. As you know, this is a very important commission in all organizations throughout the world.
And that's the member of the Pan Am Sports Ethics and Good Governance Commission, Billy Doctrove. President of the Dominica Athletics Association, Brendan Williams, has also been elected to the Pan Am Sports Athletes Commission. Let's turn the attention now to cricket news. Cheyenne Brathwaite hit an unbeaten half-century to power the Barbados Pelicans to their first win in the Cricket West Indies Emerging Players Tournament as they beat the Windward Island Infernos last night. Brathwaite made the Infernos pay the price for dropping him in the field as he smashed 85 not out of 50 balls, leading the Barbados Pelicans to a score of 199 for 5 in their 20 overs. Kevin Wickham got 64 as Barbados recovered nicely after being 33 for 3. Keon Gadson took 2 for 38 and Avinash Mahabir Singh 2 for 28. The Windwards chasing 200 to win, needed 23 of the last over. They came up short as they were restricted to 198 for 9. Teddy Bishop top scored with 61. Keon Gaston got 30 not out. Sadrak Descat made 26. Barbados won by 1 run. Naim Young picked up 3 for 29. Cheyenne Brathwaite, he was named the man of the match.
Honestly, it was a roller coaster, but I just believe in keeping my composure, and I guess luck was on my side today.
It was a weird innings because it started, you didn't hit a boundary for your first 20 balls. What changed your rhythm today?
Well, just batting time, honestly, while Wickham was going and he was in a good flow, I just wanted to get him on strike, and the deeper we bat, I know we could have got over 180.
The Windwards captain, Alec Athanase.
Well, to be honest, I felt that in the last 7 overs, we really kind of let them slip, but then again, the dew started kicking in, so it was a bit difficult for the bowlers to grip the ball.
Tell me about the sort of the back-end bowling and also the way you wanted the guys to start knowing you had to chase 200.
Well, to be honest, the back-end bowling wasn't as planned. To be fair, credit goes to them. They batted really well, and they kind of counter-attacked all the plans we had. But then again, the ball was a bit wet, so it was difficult for the bowlers. And I think we started with the bat. We started a bit slow, to be honest. But right shot he held his end. He played really well, and that is good to see.
And to fall 1 run short, Alec, when you think back and reflect on the game, what could you guys have done marginally better to get over the line today?
I think get a single somewhere, I guess. But to be fair, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. Even if we were on the losing side, I really enjoyed the effort from the boys, and it was commendable to see them in the back end.
Windward Islands captain Alec Athenaeus. Meanwhile, the West Indies batsman Kirk McKenzie hit a half-century to lead the Jamaica Titans to a win over Guyana Rainforest Rangers Tuesday afternoon. The Jamaican Titans batted first. They got to 166 in their 20 overs. Kirk McKenzie hit 51, Andrew Rambaran 36, and Jordan Johnson 30. Jediad Blades picked up 3 for 25 for the Guyana team. Guyana, in search of 166, needed 13 runs in the last over, but came up just short. They hit 164 for 8 in their 20 overs. Ramsamy made 44 not out, Rivaldo Clark 24, Zion Brathwaite took 2 for 24 for Jamaica. Jamaica won by 3 runs to pick up their first win of the tournament.
Well, yeah, a game of T20 is never over until it's over. So, we just try to keep our guys in the contest, keep them level-headed, and, just make sure we get a win on the board.
Daka's the man of the moment with that final over. Tell us the thoughts that you guys shared before he bowled that over, defending 13.
Well, before we came here, the coach always stressing on execution. So we didn't try to get into it too much. He was nailing his Yorker, so we just tell him to, execute, breathe and go again.
Jamaican captain Ramal Luis. Meanwhile, the loss was the 3rd straight defeat for the Guyana Rainforest Rangers.
Definitely is a close one. It's very disappointing that we couldn't seize that moment at the back end and get over the line.
Well, no points on the board in terms of wins just yet. You've gotten some bonus points. So mathematically, you're still not yet out of the tournament. You guys will no doubt regroup and come again.
Yeah, definitely. You know how cricket goes nowadays, and especially with the bonus points, we have 2 games to go. It's just to get ourselves together, and let's see where it goes from there.
Guyana's captain, Kemal Savory. The tournament continues today with Trinidad playing Jamaica and the Leewards up against Barbados. 3 Dominicans have been included in the Windward Islands women's team for the upcoming regional T20 tournament, which gets underway in St. Vincent Thursday. Abini Saint-Jean, Ernisha Fontaine, and Amia Gilbert will join the team, being captained by Zeta James. The full Windward's team: Zeta James, the captain, Holy Charles, Nisha Cherry, Nerissa Crafton, Ashlyn Edward, Afi Fletcher, Ernisha Fontaine, Amia Gilbert, Janely Glasgow, Zafina Joseph, Namia Maslin, Karena Noel, Selena Ross, and Abini Saint-Jean. The Windwards will play Jamaica in their first match Thursday night. And the Ministry of Sports has reaffirmed its commitment to the development of sports and sporting infrastructure on the island. The ministry has highlighted a number of projects over the past 12 months and also some major investments that will be completed soon. The ministry is pointing to the lighting of 8 playing fields across the island and major investments into Windsor Park and the synthetic track at Point Round as some of the major achievements. Over the past 12 months, the ministry has launched a series of projects aimed at enhancing recreational spaces and providing access to quality sporting facilities for all age groups. The ministry has completed lighting upgrades at 8 community playing fields, including the Teaser Ground in Maho, the Granford playing field, the Center playing field in Granby, the Ansdime playing field, the Viecas playing field, Bellevue Chopin playing field, Soufriere playing field, and the Glanvilla playing field. Assessments are currently underway for the lighting of additional facilities. The ministry is also pointing to a major investment at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium of $14 million from the Lotteries Commission to fund the full restoration of lighting infrastructure at the Windsor Park. The ministry says it is also prioritizing the development of hard courts for basketball and netball in various communities. Recently completed facilities in La Plaine and Penville are already in use for youth engagement